Look closely at this dessert. Under the right light, it looks like a sculpture carved from dense, matte, snow-white porcelain. It seems heavy, monolithic. But the moment you pick it up, you realize it has almost no weight at all. This dessert is built almost entirely out of air. People love it not only for its flavor, but for the strange little bit of magic it creates. It feels more like a cloud than a pastry, a fragile illusion that melts on your tongue faster than you can chew it. On the outside, a meringue shatters with a delicate, papery crunch. While inside, it can hide the soft, chewy texture of marshmallow. At the heart of this structure are two simple ingredients transformed by physics: egg whites and sugar. Under the relentless beating of a whisk, this translucent liquid turns into an airy foam, and then into an elegant, almost jewel-like form. It all seems deceptively simple. Yet behind that lightness lies a history of exhausting labor. Meringue has no official inventor. One theory points to Switzerland. According to legend, in 1720, in the town of Meringen in central Switzerland, an Italian pastry chef named Gasparini created the recipe and named the dessert after the town, Meringue. Historical evidence, however, points toward France, and the strongest argument is the written record. As early as 1692, the French chef François Massielot published a cookbook in which the term meringue had already been officially recorded. Massielot cooked for the highest ranks of French nobility, and thanks to him, the airy dessert became a fixture on royal tables. But the technique itself turned out to be even older. In England, historians discovered a family archive from 1604 belonging to the aristocrat Eleanor Fettyplace. Her manuscript features a recipe for white biscuit bread, essentially meringue, written down almost a century before the French gave it a name. Which raises a logical question. Why was this dessert once a symbol of enormous wealth? The first reason was sugar. Today it's everywhere, but at the time, refined white sugar was a colonial luxury. People called it white gold. Aristocrats even locked their sugar away in special boxes to keep it from the servants. The second reason was brutal manual labor. Before whisks and electric mixers existed, cooks used bundles of twigs. To whip egg whites properly, a cook had to beat them rhythmically and continuously for more than an hour, without a single pause. Stop for even a minute and the foam would collapse for good. All that work for a fleeting decoration on the table. In the late 18th century, the French Queen Marie Antoinette became a devoted admirer of meringue. Fascinated by an idealized vision of rural life, she built herself a faux rustic village at the Petit Trianon estate. There, dressed as a shepherdess, she supposedly enjoyed piping fluffy clouds of meringue onto baking trays herself. She enjoyed this illusion of rustic simplicity while, behind the kitchen doors, servants whipped those very egg whites for hours to the point of exhaustion. They were forbidden to taste even a drop of the foam. Using precious sugar for themselves was strictly prohibited under threat of severe punishment. But what exactly happens inside the bowl under the vigorous action of the whisk? Let's zoom in. Egg whites are about 90% water. The remaining 10% consists of proteins naturally folded into tight, compact bundles. The beating action causes mechanical denaturation. Those protein structures are literally pulled apart, forcing the molecules to unfurl into long strands. Those strands connect into a three-dimensional network that traps and locks air bubbles inside. To keep the foam from collapsing, sugar is essential. As it dissolves, it behaves like liquid cement, coating every air bubble in a glossy, syrupy shell. That is what stabilizes the structure of the dessert. But this edible engineering has two enemies capable of destroying the entire structure. The first is fat. A single drop of yolk or oil can prevent the proteins from bonding into a stable network. Without that framework, the whites cannot hold air, and the fluffy cloud collapses back into liquid. The second enemy is humidity. Sugar greedily pulls moisture from the air. On rainy days, a perfectly baked meringue can weep sticky syrup. To strengthen the foam, chefs of the past whipped egg whites in copper bowls. They had discovered a secret of stabilization. Copper ions react with the proteins and reinforce them. Today, pastry chefs rely on three main techniques. Each follows its own precise physics and produces a completely different result. First comes French meringue, the most delicate of the three. Sugar is gradually added to cold raw egg whites during whipping. It requires a long, slow drying process in the oven. This is how classic, crisp, dry meringue shells are made. Second is Swiss meringue, smooth, dense. Egg whites and sugar are first warmed over a bain-marie until every crystal dissolves completely. The warm mixture is then whipped into something resembling silky marshmallow. It holds intricate piped shapes beautifully. Third is Italian meringue, the most stable of all. A thin stream of boiling syrup heated to 121 degrees Celsius, about 250 degrees Fahrenheit, is poured into partially whipped egg whites. The syrup effectively pasteurizes them. The result is an almost foolproof foam that barely deflates. It does not even need to be baked. It is fully ready to use as a cream or filling. For visual effect, it is often lightly torched. This tradition dates back to the 19th century when chefs used salamanders, heated cast iron discs mounted on handles. They passed them over desserts to create a golden, caramelized crust. Today, the same effect comes from a kitchen blowtorch. Building on these classic methods, pastry chefs created the meringue roulade, which quickly became a modern classic. Here, temperature control becomes the defining skill. The foam is spread into an even layer and pulled from the oven at the exact tipping point. When the outside has formed a delicate crust, but the inside still remains soft like soufflé. Its flavor balance depends entirely on contrast. The sweetness of baked meringue is cut by whipped cream and the bright acidity of fresh berries. The dessert is rolled into a spiral where every slice brings together crisp and soft, sweet and tart. In essence, sweetened egg white foam becomes a kind of culinary clay. It can take almost any form. And from that foundation, pastry chefs around the world created countless desserts. In France, the raw mixture was combined with almond flour to create the famously temperamental macaron, two crisp shells with delicate ruffled feet hiding a chewy, moist center. In Australia and New Zealand, there is the pavlova, named after the legendary ballerina Anna Pavlova. It appears as light as a ballet tutu, yet holds its form beautifully. Britain gave the world Eton mess, a joyful chaos of broken meringue, whipped cream, and strawberries. In America, Italian meringue serves as thermal insulation in baked Alaska, protecting frozen ice cream from open flame. Meanwhile, the French abandoned the oven entirely in floating island, gently poaching clouds of meringue in simmering water. In Peru's Suspiro de Limeña, the egg whites are whipped not with simple sugar syrup, but with boiling syrup infused with port wine. In parts of Central and Eastern Europe and across the post-Soviet world, classic meringue is often called baiser, derived from the French word baiser, meaning kiss. Ironically, the French themselves do not use that name for the dessert. Historically, the structure of meringue depended entirely on egg whites, but it turns out a stable, bakeable foam can exist without them. The liquid from cooked chickpeas, aquafaba, traps air surprisingly well. The catch is that plant-based foam takes 2 to 3 times longer to whip. Visually, raw vegan meringue appears ivory rather than pure white, and it browns faster during baking because of its carbohydrates. Chefs have also learned to build airy structures from milk, chocolate, and even beet juice. In molecular gastronomy, some versions eliminate sugar entirely. Defatted Parmesan broth can be baked into a crisp, savory cloud and served over hot risotto, while seaweed broth is whipped into a salty foam for oysters. Yet the physics never changes, air trapped inside an invisible shell. 400 years ago, achieving this structure required cooks to whip egg whites for hours with bundles of twigs. Today, an ordinary electric mixer can do the same job in 10 minutes. Meringue is no longer a luxury, and it no longer demands punishing labor. Sugar is inexpensive now, and the technique is documented in thousands of books. But all of this elaborate edible engineering exists for one fleeting moment. The moment a fragile snow-white shell breaks with a delicate snap beneath the pressure of a spoon and instantly melts on your tongue. In that instant, the science fades into the background. All that remains is pure flavor, perfect sweetness, and the magic of a dessert built almost entirely out of air. And that is the phenomenon of meringue. Across 4 centuries of culinary evolution, the tools and technologies have changed, but the essence remains the same. The art of transforming the simplest ingredients into pure gastronomic pleasure. Nothing more than egg whites, sugar, and air. And what form of this culinary magic do you love most? Tell us about your favorite dessert in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. There are many more fascinating food stories ahead.